In this service video, we will explain how to change the temperature probe in a Winston Collectramatic fryer. When servicing a Winston piece of equipment, including this fryer, make sure that the appliance is unplugged from its power source. First, we must lower the front panel by removing the 4 Phillips head screws. When lowering the front panel to the fryer, go very slowly and be careful, as the wiring could be snagged on a component, and lowering it too quickly could cause damage to the wiring or the components inside. Now that the front panel is lowered and secured, cut the bottom banding strap that is holding the insulation in place. Locate your temperature probe on the right hand side. It should have 2 low voltage red wires attached to it. Cut away any wire ties that are attached to your air probe wires. Remove the nuts on the top, middle, and bottom heater terminals that hold the heater wires in place. Then remove the heater wires. Now that the heater wires are out of the way, you can remove the insulation panel that is concealing the temperature probe. Disconnect the temperature probe from the plug-in on the computer board. If there is a wire tie, cut that away. Using your wrench, loosen and remove the compression nut on the temperature probe. Next, use your wrench to loosen the nut on the temperature probe that is threaded into the bushing that's welded to the tank. Once this is loosened, the probe should pull straight out. Insert the new temperature probe into the bushing that's welded on the tank and initially hand tighten to secure it in place. Use your wrench to firmly tighten the probe into the bushing. Now that the temperature probe is installed, plug the probe back into the connection to the computer board. Before reinstalling the compression nut on the probe, use a small bead of RTV to ensure a good seal. Once this is in place, hand tighten the compression nut, but do not tighten it yet with your wrench. We want to make sure that our temperature probe on the inside of the fryer pot is always pointing up towards the ceiling. Our technician is going to hold the probe with one hand while he tightens the compression nut with a wrench with the other hand. Using this technique, he can always ensure that the probe stays in place and is pointing up towards the ceiling. Replace the insulation panel over the heater terminals and the new temperature probe. Loosen the Phillips head screws and remove the backsplash. Also, remove the muffler from the fryer. It is also a good idea to remove the vent back cover to inspect the area for any oil leaks. Next, remove the right and left back panels. These should come off by loosening the Phillips head screws. Next, we must resecure the insulation panels by putting a new black banding strap in place. It is easiest to do this from the back. Now you should be able to run the banding strap from the back to the front to secure the insulation. The banding strap should be secured along the middle of the bottom insulation panel. Reinstall the right and left back panels. Install the fryer backsplash by securing it using the Phillips head screws. Next, reinstall the vent back cover and install the muffler for the fryer. Next, replace your heater wires. Put the heater wire onto the terminal on the top, middle, and bottom. Hand tighten the nut onto the terminal and then use your nut driver to securely tighten. At this point, you may put the front panel back into place and secure it using the Phillips head screws. This service job is complete and you can plug the appliance back into its power source.